24 and welcome to the Bids and Awards Committee meeting. I am Engineer Virgie Genaive, presiding over this proceeding. With this, I call this meeting to order. May we request Engineer Sahilan, back Secretariat, to please declare us if we have a quorum.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Majority of the back members are present, so we declare this afternoon's proceeding a quorum.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Sahilan. I would like to acknowledge the presence, the online presence of one of the member of the Bids and Awards Committee, Engineer Sabiniano Calyao. And I will also acknowledge the presence of our participating bidder from NCP Builders, Engineer Jewel Abdul, Asisa Omar from Fransor Trading and Construction, Lara Jane P. Laurio from GT Gamulo Construction Incorporated, Navaja Cherry May, and Sisa Jerome May. Also from Lexicon Development Corporation, Nelly E. Rojas. From Buffalo Construction and Supply, Philip Go Edicor. And from Prince Builders, Salvo Salfoden M. Thank you for coming, for participating. Our agenda for today is the pre-bid conference of various civil works project. The following: 24K00269, Cluster D, construction of various flood control projects in Lanao del Sur, Gata River Flood Control, and Gata Flood Control Mitigation at Cairan-Rogan section with an ABC of 61,760,000 pesos. 24K00270, construction of missing link, new roads to Budganasi Road, Package 3, Lanao del Norte, with an ABC of 106,384,495 pesos. 24K00271, construction of revetment downstream and upstream of Buayan Bridge along Buayan Creek, Quezon, Bukidnon, Package 2, with an ABC of 91,675,000 pesos. 24K00272, construction of road, Barangay Tampilong, Marawi City, Lanao del Sur, with an ABC of 5,148,000 pesos. 24K00273, construction of multipurpose building, Pinduguan Elementary School, Bubong, Lanao del Sur, with an ABC of 9,900,000 pesos. 24K00274, construction of road, Almayra Village, Barangay Kabingan, Marawi City, Lanao del Sur, with an ABC of 4,950,000 pesos. 24K00275, construction of multipurpose building, Iski Building, Mangga, Colambogan, Lanao del Norte, with an ABC of 4,950,000 pesos. 24K00276, construction of two-story military barracks building, Type 1, 52 EBDE Camp, Natividad, Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon, with an ABC of 11,580,000 pesos. And also, we have 24K00263, construction of diversion road along Junction Sairi Highway, Ketaw-Taw, Malubalo, Kauyunan, Bubong, New Visayas, Salvation, Kadingilan, Bukidnon, Package 4, with an ABC of 130,275,000 pesos. 24K00264, construction of Barangay Panalsalan, Barangay Dagumbaan Road, Package 1, Maramag, Bukidnon, with an ABC of 144,750,000 pesos. 24K00265, construction of road network, training ground, Mindanao Army Training Group, Tradok, Philippine Army Kibaritan Military Reservation, Kalilangan, Bukidnon, Phase 4, with an ABC of 9,650,000 pesos. 24K00266, construction of road, Barangay Baguntaas, Valencia City, Bukidnon, with an ABC of 21,780,000 pesos. 24K00267, construction of multipurpose building, senior citizen center, Barangay Libertad, Kulambugan, Lanao del Norte, with an ABC of 4,950,000 pesos. 24K00268, retrofitting, strengthening of permanent bridges, Itel Bridge along Cotabato, Malabang, Lanao del Norte Road, Lanao del Sur, with an ABC of 16,559,400 pesos. And also we have 23K00221, construction completion of multipurpose building phase 2, Barangay Bayabaw, Butig, Lanao del Sur, with an ABC of 4,950,000 pesos. 24K00163, construction of flood control structure, Madalum, Lanao del Sur, with an ABC of 48,250,000 pesos. 24K00175, access road and or bridge from the national road leading to major strategic public building. Gingoog City-Kalhaan-Claveria-Bulonay-Malaybalay City, Misamis Oriental, with an ABC of 247,500,000 pesos. And also we have an opening of bids for the goods and services. We have PR number X1-24-03-094. Supply and diesel and gasoline for the operation of various civil vehicles and service vehicles and equipment in DPWH Bukidnon Sub DEO Valencia City. X4-24-02-067 for repair maintenance of Mitsubishi Strada pickup. HI 28264 with an ABC of 13,502,050 centavos. X6-24-03-089 office equipment, supplies, and consumables for use in the maintenance division, Lot 1 and Lot 2. PR number X7-24-03-122. Office equipment to be used in planning and design division, flood control, social environment section under FPIC for public consultation meeting, with an ABC of 75,156,003 centavos. X7-24-04-156, catering service for the use in the conduct of workshop on uploading of database file in road and bridge application database, with an ABC of 123,000 pesos. X8-24-02-037, supply of region consumption of QHD laboratory for CY 2024, with an ABC of 879,568 pesos and 50 centavos. And also, PR number X10-24-03-129, replacement of spare parts of Kyocera multifunction laser copier, Tascalfa 4053CI, with an ABC of 128,279.80 centavos. Now back to TWG while opening the bid documents for the goods and services. We will be starting our pre-bid conference. May we request the presenter first from the book court. Okay, personnel from the Planning and Design Division, please start your presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Engineer April Joanne Biripulidon from the Bukidnon Sub-District. I'll be presenting 5 projects which will be implemented by Bukidnon Sub-DEO. For the first project, retrofitting, strengthening of permanent bridges, Lantay Bridge along Maramag-Maradugaw Road. Contract ID number of 24K00258. Location of the project is Pangantukan, Bukidnon. An appropriation of 8 million and approved budget for the contract of 7,720,000. Project duration is 150 calendar days. And the scope of work for this project is jacketing of piers on piles, repair.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Notice ani 30, the 58, wala dire. Wait lang. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. So I'll proceed. The scope of work for this project is jacketing of piers on piles, repair of slope protection, and patching of foundation and application of CFS on bottom slab. On the left side of the presentation is the location of the bridge to be rectified. So this is the plan showing the defects that we will going to rectify or atwang ayuhon.
Balik sa
pla-
di pila calendar days ang duration niya.
150, ma'am. So this is the plan and the pictures showing the defects that will be rectified. This is the pier on piles that we will going to rectify as well. What we're going to do with this is we will jacket or we'll put a steel casing on the piers, existing piers. So this is the typical drawing for the carbon fiber sheets to be put or installed on the slab, existing slab. These are the items of works involved for this project. We have other general requirements, earthworks, and bridge repair and construction items. For the, I will just inform the bidders that item 403, 5A1 or structural steel, this involves the steel plate that will going to put on tiles. And then our 405 para sa concrete sa pile. So these are the minimum equipment requirement for this project, which requires 4 major equipments and 15 minor tools or minor equipment. May I proceed with the next
question?
one?
Any question? Okay, please proceed.
For the second project, construction of road, Sitio Sumpong, Barangay Banlag, Valencia City, Bukidnon. Contract ID number is 24K000259. Location, Valencia City, Bukidnon. An appropriation of 20 million and approved budget for the contract of 19,800,000. Project duration is 150 calendar days. Scope of work for this project, construction of 870 meters by 5 meter by 230 mm thick PCCP with 1 meter gravel shoulder, rubble concrete slope protection installed on specific locations only. So on the right side of the screen is the existing road that we're going to construct. This is the payment profile for this project. Our typical roadway section showing the slope protection, areas with slope protection and the areas with a through cut. On super elevations or on curve, this is our typical section. The items of work involved for this project, we have facilities for the engineer, provision of furniture, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer. And then other general requirements, the usual for our road projects, earthworks, subbase and base cores, surface cores of 20.23 meter thick PCCP, rubble concrete for our slope protection, and miscellaneous structures of refractorized thermoplastic pavement markings, white and. These are the minimum equipment requirement for this project, showing 8 major equipment and 8 minor equipments. Please also be advised of the mechanized joint sealer and the minimum testing requirement based on DO11 series of 2017. May I proceed for the next project, ma'am?
Okay, any question? Okay, there having none, please proceed.
For the third project, retrofitting, strengthening of permanent bridges, Kalamanakan Bridge along Junction, Maradugao, Camp Kibaritan, Dominurog Road. Contract ID number of 24K00260, location Kalilangan, Bukidnon. Appropriation of 4 million and approved budget for the contract of 3,860,000. Project duration of 90 calendar days. So the scope of work for this project, installation of asphalt plug joint and asphalt overlay with sealing of cracks and waterproofing of slab, CFS application on bottom slab, and patching and repainting of railings and sidewalk. All the scope of work for our retrofitting and strengthening is based on the bridge management system of the planning section. So these are this plan shows the defects that we're going to rectify. For the deck slab, for wing walls, railings, and sidewalk defects. And for our asphalt overlay. This shows the carbon fiber sheet that will be installed on the bottom of the existing slab, bridge slab. So scope of work for this project, we have other general requirements, earthworks, surface cores, which involves emulsified asphalt for top coat, bituminous concrete surface work cores, 50 mm thick, construction and repair works, which includes carbon fiber sheets, paintings, and waterproofing. For our non-shrink ground, ano siya sa ato na yung mga cracks. So for the minimum equipment requirement, these are the equipments involved. May I proceed with the next project, ma'am?
Okay, any question from the participating bidder? Okay, they're having none, so please proceed.
For the next project, construction completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Adtuyon, Pangantukan, Bukidnon. Contract ID number of 24K00261, location Pangantukan, Bukidnon. Appropriation of 3 million and approved budget for the contract of 2,970,000. Project duration of 90 calendar days. So our project is mostly completion. The scope of work for this project is completion. So existing atong building the adto and more on the finishing works. We will work on the finishing works. Completion of the project which includes sealing and painting, tile works for second and third floor, installation of fire exit ladder, installation of fire alarm system, provision of air conditioning unit, wall mounted, and a provision of 1 unit genset as a reserve, or provision of 1 unit 4,000 liter water tank as a rainwater collector. So this is the elevation of the existing building. The fire exit ladder that we're going to install. And these are the items of works involved for this project. And the minimum equipment requirements. We only require minor equipment for these projects, we are just dealing for completion or finishing sa project. Existing building. For the next project,
Okay, any question? From participating bidder. Okay, next project.
for the last project, construction completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Langkataon, Pangantukan, Bukidnon. Contract ID number of 24K00262. Location of the project is Pangantukan, Bukidnon. Appropriation of 3 million and approved budget for the contract of 2,900,000. Project duration of 90 calendar days. So the same with the previous project, will only include finishing gihapon sa nga existing building. On the right side of the screen is the existing building that will going to be completed. So the scope of work is installation, sealing, and painting tile works for second and installation of fire exit ladder, installation of fire alarm system, air conditioning unit, wall mounted, and a provision of 1 unit genset, 40 kVA. Please take note of the kadakon sa atong genset, and provision of 1 unit 4,000 liters water tank. So this is the elevation of the existing building. Our fire exit. And the items of work involved for this project. So I'll just repeat nga, ang generator set na to is 40 kVA ang iyang kadakon. And then for our water tank, it's 4,000 liters stainless steel water tank. These are the equipment requirements for this project. And then the quarry source for all the projects I've mentioned is from Polangi River, Sinabuagan, Valencia City, Bukidnon. This is based on the quarry map that's from our quality assurance section. For the ECC and CNC of this project is still ongoing, ma'am. Application.
These are all for the Bokport project?
Yes, ma'am. 5 projects po.
Okay, please be informed that the receipt of bids will be on May 8, 2024 from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And the opening of bids will follow here at the bidding room, second floor of the administrative building, office of the regional director, Region 10, Bulwa, Cagayan de Oro City. Okay, for the next presenter.
Thank you, ma'am.
Additional for the pre-bid conference for today, 24K00248, construction of bypass and diversion road, Cagayan de Oro, bypass alternate road, Cagayan de Oro City with an ABC of 48,250,000. 24K00249, rehab reconstruction upgrading of damaged paved road. Tukuran Road, Lanao del Norte with an ABC of 28,956,810 pesos. 24K00250, widening of permanent bridges, Malatipay Bridge, along Kalilangan-Lampanusan Road, Bukidnon with an ABC of 38,600,000 pesos. 24K00251, construction of Ganasi Tubod Road, Madamba section, Lanao del Sur, with an ABC of 96,500,000 pesos. 24K00252, rehab reconstruction upgrading of damaged paved road, Lanao del Sur, with an ABC of 38,444,635 pesos. 24K00253, construction of multipurpose building, Sitio Pagunayan, Barangay Baret, Canasi, Lanao del Sur, with an ABC of 9,900,000 pesos. 24K00254, Cluster A, preventive maintenance of various road projects in Lanao del Norte, with an ABC of 229,685,440 pesos. 24K00255, Cluster B, rehabilitation, reconstruction of roads and slip slope collapse and landslide of various projects in Lanao del Norte, with an ABC of 60,347,040 pesos. 24K00255C, Cluster C, road widening of various road projects in Lanao del Norte, with an ABC of 63,336,810 pesos. And 24K00257, Cluster D, off-carriage improvement of various road projects in Lanao del Norte, with an ABC of 34,390,670 pesos. Okay, person from the Planning and Design Division, please proceed.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Engineer Mayol Dave Giganto from Planning and Design Lanao del Sur Cluster, and I'll be presenting 3 projects in this pre-bid conference. For the first project, we have contract ID 24K00163, construction of flood control structure, Madalum, Lanao del Sur, with project location, Lanao del Sur, 2nd LD. Scope of work, construction of flood mitigation structure. Source of fund, FY 2024 GAA, with appropriation of 50 million pesos, an ABC of 48,250,000 pesos, and a contract duration of 300 calendar days. Shown is the location plan of the project. The typical section with stairs. For the bill of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer, Part B, other general requirements, Part D, reinforced concrete, Part LA, earthwork, Part LB, bank and slope protection works. For the minimum equipment requirements, we have a subtotal of 9 for the minor equipment and a subtotal of 16 for the major equipment, for a total of 25 in compliance with the Department Order 11, series of 2017, inclusion of the minimum material testing equipment and the technical component of the bid. Please take note the license classification is medium A. Shown is the list of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certifications of availability. For the manpower requirements, the project requires at least 41 personnel to complete the project. For the status of submittals, the PAO, ABC, and DUPA, as well as the DED plan and backup quantities are already approved. Shown is the approved DED cover page for the project.
Okay, any question? Okay, please proceed.
For the next project, we have contract ID 24K00268, Ethel Bridge, B02093MN, along Cotabato, Malabang, Lanao del Norte Road, with project location, Lanao del Sur, 2nd LD. Scope of work, retrofitting, strengthening of bridge. Source of fund, FY 2024 GAA, with appropriation of 17,160,000 pesos, and ABC of 16,559,400 pesos, and a contract duration of 270 calendar days. Shown is the location plan of the project, the general plan, and general elevation. So for the bill of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer, Part B, other general requirements, Part C, earthwork, Part D, base and base courses, Part E, surface courses, Part F, bridge construction, Part G, drainage and slope protection structures, Part H, miscellaneous structures. For the minimum equipment requirements, the project requires at least 19 for the minor equipment and sa subtotal of 19 for the major equipment, for a total of 38 in compliance with the Department Order 11 series of 2017. Please take note the license classification is small b. Shown is the minimum material testing equipment for small contractors. For the manpower requirements, the project requires at least 53 personnel to complete the project. For the status of submittals, the PAO, ABC, and DUPA, as well as the DED plan and backup quantities are already approved. Shown is the approved DED cover page for the project.
Okay, any question? Okay, please proceed.
For the last project, we have contract ID 24K00269, Cluster F, construction of various flood control projects in Lanao, Luzon. For the first project, we have construction of Gata River flood control with slope protection, Barangay Kairan, Rogan, Punabayabao, Lanao, Luzon. For the second project, we have construction of flood control mitigation Gata River, Kairan, Rogan section, Punabayabao, Lanao, Luzon. For the project location, Lanao, Luzon, first LD. Scope of work, construction of flood mitigation structure. Source of fund, FY 2024 GAA, with appropriation of 34 million pesos for the first project and 30 million pesos for the second project. We had ABC of 32,810,000 pesos for the first project and 28,950,000 pesos for the second project. And the contract duration is 270 calendar days. Shown is the location plan for the first project, the typical section with stairs, the location plan for the second project, the typical section, and a typical section with stairs. Shown is the bill of quantities for the first project, construction of Gata River flood control is low protection Barangay Cagayan, Rogan, Punabayabao, Lanao, Luzon. And the bill of quantities for the second project, construction of flood control mitigation structure, Gata River, Kairan, Rogan section, Punabayabao, Lanao, Luzon. For the minimum equipment requirements, the project requires at least 24 we having a subtotal of 9 for the minor equipment and a subtotal of 15 for the major equipment. In compliance with the Department Order 11 series of 2017. And please take note the license classification is medium A. For the medium contractors. And for the manpower requirements, the project requires at least 41 personnel to complete the project. So for the status of submittals, the PAO, ABC, and DUPA, as well as the DED plan and backup quantities are already approved. Shown is the approved DED cover page for the first project and the approved DED cover page for the second project. That will be all. Thank you.
Okay, any question? Thank you, Engineer Gigan. Yes po. Okay, please be informed that the projects presented by Engineer Giganto will be, the receipt of bids will be on May 9, 2024, 8 to 10 a.m. to be followed by the opening of bids on the same date here at the same venue. Okay, for the next project.
Once again, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Purchase Assigned Unit Planning and Design Division, I am Engineer Mary Cres Catarong, and I will be presenting 3 projects under FY 2024 Regular Infrastructure Program for this pre-bid conference. Starting with 24K00175 with the project name Basic Infrastructure Program BIP, access roads and or bridges from the national roads pertaining to major strategic public buildings or facilities. Construction of road, Malaybalay-Gingoog Road, Gingoog City-Kalhaan-Claveria-Bulonay-Malaybalay City, Misamis Oriental, Package 96. Location is in Misamis Oriental First Legislative District with project ID number of P008 371196 MN with the following scope of work: CW1, construction of concrete road amounting to 165 million pesos, and CW2, construction of concrete bridge amounting to 85 million pesos. Source of fund is FY 2024 General Appropriations Act with an appropriation of 250 million pesos and ABC of 247,500,000 pesos. Contract duration for this project is 390 calendar days, equivalent to 13 months, including Sundays, national holidays, and minimum rainy days. The application for the environmental compliance certification for this project is still ongoing, in compliance with Department Order Number 159, Series of 2022, with subject implementation of the Social and Environmental Management System Operations Manual. For the construction of concrete road, we have here its site development plan, its typical roadway section, and quarry source map. For the construction of concrete bridge, we have here its location map, topographic plan, general elevation, and the typical sections for the abutment and pier. We also have here the map showing the nearby quarry sources around the project site. For the bill of quantities, these are the items covered by the construction of concrete road. We have Part A, facilities for the engineer; Part B, other general requirements; Part C, earthwork; Part D, sub-base and base course; Part E, surface courses; Part G, drainage and slope protection; and Part H, miscellaneous structures. For the construction of concrete bridge, we have Part B, other general requirements; Part C, earthwork; and Part F, bridge construction. For the minimum equipment requirement, this project will require at least 17 major equipment and 12 minor equipment for a total of 29 equipment, with the inclusion of material testing equipment set based on Department Order Number 11, Series of 2017, with subject inclusion of the minimum material testing equipment in the technical component of the bid, and mechanized joint sealer equipment or machine based on Department Order Number 80, Series of 2016, with subject mandatory use of joint sealer equipment or machine for sealing joints on concrete pavements. We also have here sample format for the list of contractors, major construction, and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract supported by certifications of availability. The minimum required PCAB license for this contract is as follows, with size range large B and license category quadruple A and triple A. For the minimum manpower requirement, this project will require at least 117 personnel to complete. And for the summary of submittals, please be informed that the PAO, ABC, DUPA, and DD plan for this project are already approved. Shown is the cover page of the approved detailed engineering design plan for the road project and the cover page of the approved detailed engineering design plan for the bridge project.
Okay, any question? Okay, please proceed.
For the second contract with ID number 24K00250, these are the project details. The project name is Widening of Permanent Bridges, Malatipay Bridge, B01388 MN along Kalilangan-Lampanusan Road. Location is in Bukidnon 4th Legislative District. Project ID number is P008-00704 MN with scope of work CW1, widening of bridge, and source of fund of FY 2024 General Appropriations Act. Appropriation is 40 million pesos and ABC is 38,600,000 pesos. Contract duration for this project is 255 calendar days, equivalent to 8.5 months, including Sundays, national holidays, and minimum rainy days. The application for the ECC is still ongoing. We have here the location map of the project, topographic plan, general elevation, and the typical section for its abutment. We also have here the map showing the nearby quarry sources around the project site. For the bill of quantities, these are the items covered by the widening of bridge. We have Part A, facilities for the engineer; Part B, other general requirements; and Part C, earthwork; Part F, bridge construction; and Part G, drainage and slope protection structures. For the minimum equipment requirement, this project will require at least 20 major equipment and 17 minor equipment for a total of 37 equipment, with the inclusion of material testing equipment set based on DO11 series of 2017. The minimum required pickup license for this contract is as follows. We have size range, medium A, and license category B. For the minimum manpower requirement, this project will require at least 88 personnel to complete. And for the summary of submittals, please be informed that the PAO, ABC, DUPA, and DED plan for this project are already approved.
Okay, any question? Okay, please proceed.
For the third project, we have 24K00270 with a project name Construction of Missing Links or New Roads to Ganasi Road, Package 3, Lanao del Norte. Location is in Lanao del Norte 2nd Legislative District with project ID number of P008000317MN with scope of work CW1, construction of concrete bridge with road acquisition amounting to 11,820,285 pesos. Source of fund is FY 2024 General Appropriations Act with an appropriation of 122,492,000 pesos and ABC of 106,384,495 pesos. Contract duration is equal to 315 calendar days or 10.5 months, including Sundays, national holidays, and minimum rainy days. The application for an environmental compliance certification for this project is still ongoing in compliance with Department Order number 159 series of 2022. We have here the location map of the project, the topographic plan, the general plan, general elevation, and the typical sections for its abutment and pier. We also have here the map showing the nearby quarry sources around the project site. For the bill of quantities, these are the items covered by the construction of concrete bridge of Part A, facilities for the engineer Part B, other general requirements Part C, earthwork, Part F, bridge construction, and Part G, drainage and slope protection structures. For the minimum equipment requirement, this project will require at least 16 major equipment and 8 minor equipment for a total of 24 equipment with the inclusion of material testing equipment set based on Department Order number 11 series of 2017. The minimum required pickup license for this contract is as follows. We have size range medium B and license category A. For the minimum manpower requirement, this project will require at least 68 personnel to complete. And for the summary of submittals, please be informed that the PAO, ABC, DUPA, and DED plan for this project are already approved. Shown is the cover page of the approved detailed engineering design plan. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Katarong. Any question? Please be informed that the two projects presented by Engineer Katarong, 24K00175 and 24K00270. The receipt of bids will be on May 9 from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. to be followed by the opening of bids here at the same venue. And 24K00150, the receipt of bids will be on May 8, 2024 at the same time at the same venue. Okay, for the next project.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Engineer Trixie Indrina from Planning and Design Lanao del Sur Cluster, and I will be presenting 4 projects for this pre-bid conference. For our first project with a contract ID of 24K00251, construction of Ganasti to Tubod Road, Madamba Section, Lanao del Sur. Project location, Lanao del Sur, 2nd LD. Scope of work, construction of concrete road. Source of fund, FY 2024 GAA. Appropriation of 100 million, ABC of 96,500,000 on a contract duration of 270 calendar days, and the ECC status of this project is ongoing application. Shown is the Department Order 159 series of 2022, implementation of the Social and Environmental Management System Operations Manual. Shown is the site development plan of the project, the typical roadway section. For bill of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer, Part B, other general requirements, Part C, earthwork, Part D, sub-base and base course, Part E, surface courses, Part G, drainage and slope protection, Part H, miscellaneous structures. For minimum equipment requirements, we need at least a total of 16, and the license classification of this project is at least medium B. Department Order 11 series of 2017, inclusion of the minimum material testing equipment in the technical component of the bid. and Department Order 80, Series of 2016, mandatory use of joint sealer equipment, machine for sealing joints on concrete pavement. For minimum equipment requirements for medium contractors. For manpower, we need at least a total of 27 number of personnel. And the status of submittals for PAO, ABC, DUPA, DED plan, and BUQ are already approved. Shown is the cover page of the approved detailed engineering design plan.
Okay, any question? Okay, please proceed.
For our second project with a contract ID of 24K00252, rehab, reconstruction, and upgrading of damaged paved roads, secondary roads, Marawi to Masio Road, Chinage 23249 to Chinage 23821, and Chinage 28648 to Chinage 29648. Project location, Lanao del Sur, First LD, scope of work, reconstruction to concrete pavement, construction of drainage structure along road, source of fund FY 2024 GAA, appropriation of 39,839,000, an ABC of 38,444,635 pesos, and a contract duration of 270 calendar days, and the ECC status is ongoing application. Department Order 159 Series of 2022, implementation of the Social and Environmental Management System Operations Manual. Shown is the site development plan of the project, the typical roadway section. For bill of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer, Part B, other general requirements, Part C, earthwork, Part D, sub-basin base course, Part E, surface courses. For CW2, we have Part G, drainage and slope protection, Part H, miscellaneous structures. For minimum equipment requirements, we need at least a total of 15, and the license classification of this project is at least medium A. Department Order 11 Series of 2017, inclusion of the minimum material testing equipment in the technical component of the bid. And for Department Order 80 Series of 2016, mandatory use of joint sealer equipment, machine for sealing joints on concrete pavement. For medium contractors, for manpower, we need at least a total of 27 number of personnel. And the status of submittals for PAO, ABC, DUPA, DED plan, and BUQ are already approved. And shown is the approved cover page of the detailed engineering design plan of the project.
Okay, question? Oh, there having none, please proceed.
For our third project, we have 24 with the contract ID of 24K00272. Construction of road, Barangay Tampilong, Marawi City, Lanao del Sur. Project location, Lanao del Sur, First LD. Scope of work, construction of concrete road. Source of fund, FY 2024 GAA. Appropriation of 5,200,000. ABC of 5,148,000. And a contract duration of 60 calendar days. And the ECC status of this project is ongoing application. Department Order 159 Series of 2022. Shown is the site development plan of the project, the typical roadway section. For bill of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer, Part B, other general requirements, Part C, earthwork, Part D, sub-basin base course, Part E, surface courses. For minimum equipment requirements, we need at least a total of 16, and the license classification of this project is at least small b. Department Order 11 Series of 2017, inclusion of the minimum material testing equipment in the technical component of the bid. And for the Department Order 80 Series of 2016, mandatory use of joint sealer equipment, machine for sealing joints on concrete pavement. For small contractors, for the manpower requirements, we need at least a total of 27 number of personnel. And the status of submittals for this project for PAO, ABC, and DUPA, DED plan, and BEUQ are already approved. For approval. Shown is the approved detailed engineering design plan.
question, be sure that the program of works will be, and the ED will be approved before the bid, opening of the bids. Okay, for the next project.
For our last project with a contract ID of 24K00274, construction of road Almayra Village, Barangay Cabingan, Marawi City, Lanao del Sur. Project location Lanao del Sur, First LD. Scope of work, construction of concrete road. Source of one FY 2024 GAA. Appropriation of 5 million, ABC of 4,950,000. Contract duration of 60 calendar days, and the ECC status of these projects ongoing application. Department Order 159 Series of 2022, implementation of the Social and Environmental Management System Operations Manual. Shown is the site development plan of the project, the typical roadway section. For bill of quantities, Part A, facilities for the engineer. Part B, other general requirements. Part C, earthwork. Part D, sub-base and base course. Part E, surface courses. For minimum equipment requirements, we need at least a total of 16. And the license classification of this project is at least small b. Shown is the Department Order 11 Series of 2017 and the Department Order 80 Series of 2016. For small contractors, and the project requires at least a total of 27 number of personnel. For the status of submittals, for PAO, ABC, DUPA, DED plan, and BUQR for approval. Shown is the approved DED plan of the project.
I think the program of work is already approved since be sure to check first before the presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Trixie Trendina. Please be informed that the two projects presented by Engineer Indrina, 24K00251 and 24K00252, the receipt of bids will be on May 8 on this 2024, 8 o'clock and to 10 a.m. and to be followed by the opening of bids. And for project 24K00272 and 24K00274, the receipt of bids will be on May 9, 2024 on the same date and on the same time and at the same venue. Okay, for the next projects.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Engineer Prince Albutra from Planning and Design Lanao del Sur Cluster, and I'll be presenting two projects for this
Pardon,
event.
please be clear with your family name.
I am Engineer Prince Albutra from Planning and Design Lanao del Sur. Albutra, ma'am. Prince Albutra, ma'am. Prince Albutra, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. BUTRA, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, Prince, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, proceed.
So, for the first project, we have contract ID 23K00021. Construction, completion of multi-purpose building phase 2, Barangay Bayabao, Butig, Lanao del Sur. Contract duration is 134 calendar days. Location is at Lanao del Sur with an appropriation of 5 million pesos. An ABC of 4,950,000 pesos. Fund source is FY 2024 infrastructure projects based on GAA. For the CNC, it's ongoing. Shown is the location of the project, Barangay Bayabao, Butig, Lanao del Sur. The perspective of the project, the floor plan. For the bill of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer. Part B, other general requirements. Part E, finishing and other civil works. Part F, electrical. For the manpower requirements, we need a total of at least 24 personnel to complete the project. For the number of equipment, A minimum equipment requirement, we have is a total of, with a total of 10 number of equipment. Accordance to Department Order number 11, series of 2017. Sample of the list of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment. And shown is the approved cover page of the project.
Okay, question? Please proceed.
For the next project, we have contract ID 24K00253. For the project name of construction of multi-purpose building, City of Pagonayan, Barangay Barit, Ganasi, Lanao del Sur. Contract duration is 135 calendar days. Location is at Lanao del Sur, and an appropriation of 10 million pesos with an ABC of 9,900,000 pesos only. Fund source is FY 2024 infrastructure projects based on GAA, and the CNC is ongoing. Shown is the location of the project, City of Pagonayan, Barangay Barit, Ganasi, Lanao del Sur. The perspective of the project, the floor plan. For the bill of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer. Part B, other general requirements. Part C, earthwork. Part D, reinforced concrete. Part E, finishing and other civil works. Part F, electrical, and Part G, mechanical. For the manpower requirements, we need a total of 31 personnel to complete the project. For the minimum equipment requirement, we need a total of 15 number of equipment. Sample of the list of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment. And shown is the approved cover page of the project. That
Okay,
would be all.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Albotra. Please
Yep.
be informed that projects presented by Engineer Albotra, 24K00253. The receipt of bids will be on May 8, 10 o'clock to 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the morning, to be followed by the opening of bids at the same venue. And for 23K0021, the receipt of bids will be on May 9, the same time, the same place, the same venue, and you are at the bidding room. Okay, for the next project.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Engineer Roxomer Cablinda, presenting you one project for our FY 2024 various infrastructure on behalf of the Planning and Design Lanao del Sur cluster for this pre-bid conference. This project has a contract ID of 24K00273, construction of multi-purpose building, Pinduguan Elementary School, Bubong, Lanao del Sur, with a contract duration of 144 calendar days located at Lanao del Sur. The appropriation for this project is 10 million pesos with an ABC of 9,900,000 pesos. The status of CNC is still ongoing and its license classification is at least small b. Fund source for this project is on FY 2024 infrastructure projects based on GAA. And for the proof of ownership, no title available yet. This is the location of the project at Pinduguan Elementary School, Bubong, Lanao del Sur. Its perspective, and its typical ground floor plan. For bill of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer, Part B, other general requirements, Part C, earthwork, Part D, reinforced concrete, Part E, finishing and other civil works, continuation of Part E, finishing and other civil works, and Part F, electrical. For manpower requirements, we need at least 31 number of personnel to complete this project. And for minimum equipment requirement, at least 15 total of major and minor equipment with material testing equipment requirement based on DO11 series of 2017. Shown here is the minimum material testing equipment requirements for small contractors and the list of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract supported by certifications of availability. The status of submittals such as the PAO ABC DUPA, DED plans, and the backup quantities are all approved. And this is the approved cover page of the project. And that would be all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Cablinda. Any question? Okay, please be informed that the project presented by Engineer Cablinda, the receipt of bids will be on May 9, 2024, from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the morning, to be followed by the opening of bids here at the same venue. Okay, for the next project.
Good afternoon once again. On behalf of the Water Projects Design Unit, Planning and Design Division, I am Engineer Rufus Vano of Shoma, and I will be presenting one flood control project for today's pre-bid conference. This project is under contract ID 24K00271, construction of a wetland downstream and upstream of Buayan Bridge along Buayan Creek, Quezon, Bukidnon, Package 2, with scope of work CW1 construction of a wetland. It is funded under FY 2024 based on GAA, and it covers a length of 320 linear meters. It is located in Bukidnon, 3rd Legislative District, with an appropriation of 95 million pesos. An approved budget for the contract of 91,675,000 pesos. The duration of the project is 330 calendar days, 11 months, including Sundays, national holidays, and rainy days. And please be informed that the application for the certificate of non-coverage is still ongoing. In compliance with Department Order Number 159 Series of 2022, with the subject implementation of the Social and Environmental Management System Operations Manual. Shown is the location map of the project, showing the beginning and end coordinates for the upstream and downstream side. For the typical section and typical plan, this is a revetment with concourse facing both sides. For the bill of quantities, we have Volume 2, Part A, Facilities for the Engineer, Part B, Other General Requirements, Part F, Expansion Joint Systems, Part H, Miscellaneous Structures, Volume 3, Part C, Earthwork, Part D, Reinforced Concrete, Part E, Finishings and Other Civil Work, Part LA, Earthwork, Part LB, Bank and Slope Protection Work, and Part LC, Drainage Work. Shown is the material source map showing the available sources of materials nearby the project location. For the minimum equipment requirement, this project will require 15 major equipment and 11 minor equipment for a total of 26 equipment units, with the inclusion of the list of minimum materials testing equipment based on DO number 11 series of 2017, with the subject inclusion of the minimum materials testing equipment in the technical component of the bid. And for the license classification, this project will require a contractor size range of medium B and a license category A. And shown is the sample format for the list of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certifications of availability. And for the labor requirement, this project will require 52 number of personnel to complete. For the summary of submittals, please be informed that the PAO, ABC, DUPA, and the detailed engineering design plan are already approved. And shown is the cover page of the approved detailed engineering design plan. That concludes my presentation, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Engineer of Shoma. Please be informed that the project presented by Engineers of Shoma, the receipt of bids will be on May 9, 2020, for 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the morning, to be followed by the opening of bids here at the same venue. Okay, for the next project.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Engineer Andrea Batar, and I will be presenting 3 building projects for this pre-bid conference. For the first project, we have contract ID of 24K00267 with the project name of Construction of Multipurpose Building, Senior Citizen Center, Barangay Libertad, Colambugan, Lanao del Norte. Location is Barangay Libertad, Colambugan, Lanao del Norte, with an appropriation of 5 million pesos, EBC of 4,950,000 pesos, fund source of FY 2024 GAA with a contract duration of 180 calendar days or 6 months, including Sundays, national holidays, and rainy days. Shown is the location map, vicinity map, site development plan, lower ground floor plan, and ground floor plan. Shown is the perspective of the project. And for the bill of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer, Part B, other general requirements, Part H, miscellaneous structures, Part C, earthwork, Part D, reinforced concrete, Part E, finishing and other civil work. Part F, electrical work. And Part G, mechanical work. For the minimum manpower requirement, we have a total of 24. For the minimum equipment requirement, we have a total of 5 for major equipment and 10 for minor equipment. With material testing equipment in compliance with Department Order Number 11, Series of 2017. For the minimum material testing equipment for small contractors, medium contractors, large contractors. And for the minimum contractor size range, we have at least small B and a license category of at least C and D. Shown is the list of the contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract. Shown is the cover page of the approved DED of the project. For the summary of submittals, the PAO, ABC, DUPA, and DED are approved. I will be proceeding to the next project.
Okay, question? Okay, for the next project?
For the next project, we have a contract ID of 24K00275 with a project name of Construction of Multipurpose Building, SK Building, Mga, Colambugan, Lanao del Norte, the location of Mga, Colambugan, Lanao del Norte, appropriation of 5 million pesos, ABC of 4,950,000 pesos with the fund source of FY 2024 GAA, and a contract duration of 180 calendar days or 6 months, including Sundays, national holidays, and rainy days. Shown is the site photos and location plan, vicinity map, site development plan, floor plan, and the perspective of the project. For the bill of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer, Part B, other general requirements, Part C, earthwork, Part D, reinforced concrete, Part E, finishing and other civil works. And for the minimum manpower requirement, we have a total of 24. For the minimum equipment requirement, we have a total of 3 for major equipment and 8 for minor equipment, with material testing equipment in compliance with DO number 11 series of 2017. For the minimum contractor size range, we have at least small B and a license category of at least C and D. For the summary of submittals, the PAO, ABC, DUPA, and DED are approved. I will be proceeding to the next project.
Okay, any question? Okay, for the next project?
For the last project that I will be presenting, we have a contract ID of 24K00276 with the project name of Construction of 2-Story Military Barracks Building Type 1, 52 EBDE, Camp Natividad, Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon. The location is Camp Natividad, Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon, with an appropriation of 12 million pesos, ABC of 11,580,000 pesos, sponsors of FY 2024 GAA, and a contract duration of 240 calendar days or 8 months. Shown is the location plan and vicinity map, site development plan and geotag photo, ground floor plan, second floor plan, and the perspective of the project. For the bill of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer, Part B, other general requirements, Part C, earthwork, Part D, reinforced concrete, Part E, finishing and other civil work, Part F, electrical, and Part G, mechanical. For the minimum manpower requirement, we have at least 24. And for the minimum equipment requirement, we have a total of 2 for major equipment and 6 for minor equipment, with material testing equipment in compliance with DO number 11 series of 2017. For the minimum contractor size range, we have at least small b in a license category of at least C and D. For the summary of submittals, the PAO, ABC, DUPA, and DED are approved. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Batar. Any question? Okay, please be informed that projects presented by Engineer Batar will be, the receipt of bids will be on, and the opening of bids will be on May 9, 2024. At the same time and here at the bidding room, the same venue. Okay, for the next project.
Good afternoon, ma'am, sir. On behalf of the Planning and Design Division, Highways Design Section, I am Engineer Ariel Avila, and I'll be presenting 6 road projects for today's pre-bidding conference. To begin with the project with contract ID number 24K00248, with project name Construction of Bypass and Diversion Roads, Cagayan de Oro, PCE, Bypass Alternate Road Extension, Junction Lumbia, CDO-Camp Kibaritan Road, Pagatpat, Junction BCIR, Pagalungan, Taglimao Section, Cagayan de Oro City. The location of the project is under Cagayan de Oro First LD, and the scope of work is construction of gravel road. The source of fund is from FY 2024 GAA with a total appropriation of 50 million pesos. The AVC for this project is 48,250,000 pesos with a contract duration of 195 calendar days or 6.5 months. The application for the EC certificate is still ongoing in compliance to Department Order 159 series of 2022, which is the implementation of the Social and Environmental Management System Operations Manual. So this is the site development plan for this project. The typical road section and the quarry source map. And this is the bill of quantities for this project, which is divided into several parts. For the minimum equipment requirement, we have 12 for the major equipment and 6 for the minor equipment, for a total of 80 number of equipments. And note that the contractor's license classification should at least medium B. And again, as stated in pursuant to Department Order 11, source of 2017, which is the inclusion of the minimum material testing equipment and the technical component of the bid. So this is the minimum material testing equipment for the medium contractors. And for the large contractors. And the sample format is the list of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certifications of availability. And also, in pursuant to the Partner Order 80, Series of 2016, which is the mandatory use of sealer equipment or machine for sealing joints on concrete pavement. And for the manpower requirements, we have 47 number of personnel to complete the project. And the submittals are already approved. And this is the cover page of the approved DED plan for this project.
Okay, question? Okay, there having none, please proceed.
For the next project, we have 24K00249 with project name Rehabilitation, Reconstruction, Upgrading of Damaged Paved Roads, Malabang Road, Malabang-Dobleston-Tukuran Road, K1971 plus 274 to K1972 plus 240. The location of the project is under Lanao del Norte Second LD, and the scope of work is reconstruction to concrete pavement. The source of fund is from FY 2024 GAA with a total appropriation of 29,634,000. The ABC for the project is 28,596,810 pesos with a contract duration of 210 calendar days or 7 months. The application for the EC certificate is still ongoing. So this is the site development plan for this project. And the typical road section, the quarry source map, and the bill of quantities, which is divided into several parts. For the minimum equipment requirement, we have 18 for the major equipment and 8 for the minor equipment, for a total of 26 number of equipments. And note that the contractor's license classification should at least medium A. For the manpower requirement, we have a total of 47 number of personnel to complete the project. And also the submittals are already approved, and this is the cover page of the approved DFD plan for this project.
Engineer Avila, will you please check the duration of the previous project you discussed and you discussed today because because the difference between the calendar days, the duration is different. From the 48,250,195 calendar days and 249, which is 28,210 calendar days, so that we can issue a bid bulletin if ever.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please proceed.
Noted, ma'am. And for the next project, we have 24K00254, Cluster A. All are located in Malabang-Dobleston-Tukuran Road. Number 1 is K1970 plus 749 to K1971 plus 274. Number 2, K1972 plus 570 to K1973 plus 00. Number 3, K1973 to K1974. Number 4, K1974 to K1975 plus 300. Number 5, K1975 plus 300 to K1977 plus 560. And last, K1977 plus 595 to K1978 plus 922. The location of the project is under Lanao del Norte Second LD, and the scope of work is preventive maintenance of road asphalt overlay. The source of fund is from FY 2024 GAA with a total appropriation of 238,016,000 pesos. The ABC for the project is 229,685,440 pesos with a contract duration of 150 calendar days or 5 months. And the application for the EC certificate is still ongoing. So this is the site development plan for the first section. For the second section, which is K1972 plus 570 to 1973. For K1973 to K1974. For For K 1974 to K 1975 plus 300. For K 1975 plus 300 to K 1977 plus 560. And K 1977 plus 595 to K 1978 plus 922. So this is the typical road section for this project. And for the car source map. For the bill of quantities, this is the bill of quantities for the first section. For the second. For the third. Fourth section. For the fifth. And lastly, for the sixth section. So for the minimum equipment requirement, we have 6 for the major equipment and 4 for the minor equipment, for a total of 10 number of equipments. And note that the contractor's license classification should at least large be. So for the manpower requirement, we have a total of 35 number of personnel to complete the project. And the submittals are already approved, and this is the cover page of the approved DED plan for this cluster.
Okay, Engineer Avila, please also recheck the duration of these projects. Of this project, 24K00254, considering that the approved budget for the contract is 229 million and 150 calendar days is not sufficient.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can issue a bid bulletin if ever.
Noted, ma'am.
Okay, for the next project.
For the next project, we have 24K00255, Cluster B, Malabang-Dobleston-Tukuran Road, K1981 plus 515 to K1981 plus 533. Number 2, K1981 plus 553 to K1981 plus 626. Number 3, K1981 plus 567 to K1981 plus 707. Number 4, K1981 plus 834 to K1981 plus 928. Number 5, K1982 plus 603 to K1982 plus 679. Number 6, K1983 plus 372 to K1983 plus 412. Number 7, K1984 plus 865 to K1984 plus 1067. And number 8, K1986 plus 342 to K1986 plus 428. The location of this project is under Lanao del Norte, 2nd LD, and the scope of work is construction of roads, low protection structure. The source of fund is from FY 2024 General Appropriations Act or GAA, with a total appropriations of 62 million pesos and 536,000. The ABC for this project is 60 million and 347,240 pesos, with a contract duration of 165 calendar days or 5.5 months. And the application for the ESA certificate is still ongoing. So this is the site development plan for the first section. For the second, third, fourth, for the fifth, for the sixth, seventh, and lastly for the eighth. And this is the typical roadway section for this project. And also the quarry source. So these are developed quantities for this project. For the first section, it's K1981 plus 515, K1981 plus 553. For the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and for the last section, which is K1986 plus 342 to K1986 plus 428. For the minimum equipment requirement, we have 15 for the major equipment and 2 for the minor equipment, for a total of 7 in number of equipment. And note that the contractor's license classification should at least medium A. For the manpower requirement, we have a total of 47 number of personnel to complete the project. The submittals are already approved, and these are the cover page of the approved DED plan for this project.
Okay, please proceed.
For the next project, we have 24K00256, Cluster C. All are in Malabang-Dobleston-Tukuran Road. For the first section, we have K1983 plus 463 to K1983 plus 843. Number 2, K1985 plus 400 to K1986 plus 100. Number 3, K1987 to K1987 plus 167. And lastly, K1987 plus 197.6 to K1987 plus 293. The location of the project is under Lanao del Norte Second LD, and the scope of work is road widening. The source of fund is from FY 2024, with a total appropriation of 65,634,000. The ABC for the project is 63,336,810 pesos, with a contract duration of 225 calendar days or 7.5 months. The application for the ESA certificate is still ongoing. And these are the site development plan for this project. Third and lastly, for K1987 plus 197.6 to K1987 plus 293. This is the typical road section for this project. And resource map. So this is the bill of quantities for this project. And for the minimum equipment requirement, we have 21 for the major equipment and 12 for the minor equipment, for a total of 33 number of equipments. And note that the contractor's license classification should at least medium A. For the manpower requirement, we have a total of 59 number of personnel to complete the project. And the submittals are already approved, and these are the cover page of the approved DED plan for this project.
Okay, question? Okay, there having none, please proceed.
For the last project, we have 24K00257, Cluster D, of carriageway improvement of various roads, projects in Lanao del Norte. All are located in Malabang-Dobleston-Tukuran Road. For the first section, we have K1986 plus 100 to K1986 plus 830, K1975 plus 323 to K1975 plus 420, K1971 plus 570 to K1971 plus 770, and lastly K1999 to K1999 plus 532. The location of the project is under Lanao del Norte Second LD, and the scope of work is of carriageway improvement, paving of shoulders. The source of fund is from FY 2024 GAA, with a total appropriation of 35,638,000 pesos. The ABC for the project is 34,390,670 pesos, with a contract duration of 195 calendar days or 6.5 months. And the application for the E-certificate is still ongoing. So this is the site development plan for this project. For the first section, for the second, third, and lastly for 1999 plus 00 to K1999 plus 53. So this is the typical road use section for this project. For the quarry source map. And this is the bill of quantities for this project. For the first section, for the second, third, and fourth. For the minimum equipment requirement, we have 18 for the major equipment and 9 for the minor equipment, for a total of 27 number of equipments. And note that the contractor's license classification should at least medium A. And for the manpower requirements, we have a total of 59 number of personnel to complete the project. And the submittals are already approved, and these are the cover page of the approved DED plan for this project. And that
Okay.
ends my presentation.
Thank you, Engineer Avila. And I inform that the of bids should be on May 8, 2024, same time and same venue. For the next project,
Good afternoon, everyone. In behalf of the Highways Design Section, I am Engineer Ingito. I'll be presenting 4 projects under in this pre-bid conference. For the first project, we have contract ID 24K00263 with the project name Construction of Diversion Road along Junction Sari Highway, Junction Buda, Cotabato Boundary, Kitao-Tao, Malabalo, Cayunan, Bobong, New Visayas, Salvacion, Kadingilan, Bukidnon, Kitao-Tao Section Package 4. The project is located under Bukidnon 3rd LD, the scope of construction of gravel road. The source of fund for the project is FY 2024 based on GAA with appropriation amount of 135 million and ABC amount of 130,275,000. The contract duration of the project is 360 calendar days, equivalent to 12 months, which includes Sundays, national holidays, and rainy days. The ECC status of the project is still ongoing in compliance with Department Order 159 Series of 2022 with the subject implementation of the Social and Environmental Management System Operations Manual. Shown is the site development plan and the typical roadway section of the project, and also the quarry source map. For the bill of quantities, these are the items involved for the construction of gravel road. Part A, facilities for the engineer. Part B, other general requirements. Part C, earthwork. Part G, drainage and slope protection. And Part H, miscellaneous structures. For the minimum equipment requirement, the project will be needing 15. And for the license qualification, minimum of medium B. Shown is the Department Order 11, Series of 2017, inclusion of the minimum material testing equipment in the technical component of the bid. Attached are the list of minimum materials testing equipment to be proposed for the small, medium, and large contractors. Shown is medium B for the medium B contractors and then large contractors. This is the sample of the list of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract supported by certifications of availability. Shown is the Department Orders 80, Series of 2016, the subject mandatory use of joint sealer equipment, machine for sealing joints on concrete pavements. For the manpower requirements, the project will be needing 54 manpower to complete the project. Please be informed that the PAO, ABC, and DUPA, as well as the DD plan and DUQ are already approved. Attached is the cover page of the approved DED plan.
okay, question? Okay, they're having none. Please proceed.
For the next project, we have contract ID 24K00264 with the project name Construction of Barangay Panalsalan, Barangay Dagumbaan Road, Package 1, Maramag, Bukidnon. The project is located under Bukidnon 3rd LD with a scope of work construction of concrete road. The source of fund for the project is FY 2024 GAA, the appropriation amount of 150 million and ABC amount of 144,750,000. The contract duration of the project is 375 calendar days, is equivalent to 12.5 months, and the ECC status of the project is still ongoing in compliance with the Department Order 159 Series of 2022. Shown is the site development plan of the project, typical roadway section, and the quarry source map. For the bill of quantities, the following items are involved for the construction of concrete road. Part A, facilities of the engineer. Part B, other general requirements. Part C, earthwork. Part D, sub-base and base course. Part E, surface courses. Part G, drainage and slope protection. And Part H, miscellaneous structure. For the minimum equipment requirements, the project will be needing 31 equipment, and the minimum license qualification for the project is at least medium B. Shown is the Department Order 11, Series of 2017, is subject inclusion for the minimum material testing equipment in the technical component of the bid. Then attached are the list of minimum materials testing equipment to be proposed for the small and medium and large contractors. Shown is the Department Order 80 with a series of 2016, the mandatory use of joint sealer equipment, machine for sealing joints on concrete pavements. For the manpower requirements, a total of 59 personnel are needed to complete the project. Please be informed that the status of submittals for the PAO, ABC, and DUPA, as well as DD plan and BOQ are already approved. Shown is the cover page of the approved detailed engineering design plan.
Okay, question? Okay, please proceed.
For our third project, we have contract ID 24K00265 with a project name Construction of Road Network Training Ground, Mindanao Army Training Group, Tradok, PA, Kibaritan Military Reservation, Kalilangan, Bukidnon, Phase 4. The project is located under Bukidnon Port LD with a scope of work construction of concrete road. The source of fund for the project is FY 2024 GAA with appropriation amount of 10 million and ABC amount of 9,650,000. The contract duration of the project is 75 calendar days, which is equivalent to 2.5 months. The ECC status of the project is still ongoing based in compliance with the Department Order 159 series of 2022. Shown is the site development plan of the project, the typical roadway section, and the quarry source map. For the bill of quantities, these are the items involved for the construction of concrete road. Part A, facilities for the engineer. Part B, other general requirements. Part C, earthwork. Part D, sub-base and base course. Part E, surface courses. Part G, drainage and slope protection. And Part H, miscellaneous structure. For the minimum equipment requirement, a total of 23 are needed. And for the license qualification, the minimum is at least meet small b. Shown is the Department Order 11, Series of 2017, the inclusion of the minimum material testing equipment in the technical component of the bid. And this shown is the sample of the list of contractors, major construction, and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract. And also shown is the Department Order 80, Series of 2016, for the mandatory use of joint sealer equipment, machine for sealing joints on concrete pavements. For the manpower requirements, a total of 79 personnel are needed to complete the project. For the status of submittals, please be informed that the PAO, ABC, and DUPA, as well as the DD plan and BOQ are already approved. Shown is the cover page of the approved DD plan.
Okay, question? Either having none, please proceed.
For the last project, we have contract ID 24K00266. The project name Construction of Road, Barangay Bagontaas, Valencia City, Bukidnon. The project is located under Bukidnon 4th LD with a scope of work construction of concrete road. The source of fund for the project is FY 2024 based on GAA, the appropriation amount of 22 million and ABC amount of 21,780,000. The contract duration for the project is 150 calendar days, which is equivalent to 5 months. The ECC status of the project is still ongoing in compliance with the Department Order 159 series of 2022. Shown is the site development plan of the project and the typical roadway section, and also the quarry source map. For the bill of quantities, these are the items involved for the construction of concrete road. Part A, facilities for the engineer. Part B, other general requirements. Part C, earthwork. Part D, sub-base and base course. Part E, surface courses. Part G, drainage and slope protection. And Part H, miscellaneous structures. For the minimum equipment requirement, a total of 28 equipment are needed. And also for the license classification, at least medium A is needed for the project. Shown is the Department Orders 11, Series of 2017, inclusion of the minimum material testing equipment in the technical component of the bid. And shown is the list of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certifications of availability. Also shown is the Department Order 80, Series of 2016, the mandatory use of joint sealer equipment, machine for sealing joints on concrete pavements. For the manpower requirements, a total of 81 personnel are needed to complete the project. For the status of submittals, please be informed that the PAO, ABC, and BUPA, as well as the DED plan and BUQ are already approved. Shown is the cover page of the approved DED plan. That concludes my presentation.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Ingito. Please be informed that the receipt and the opening of bids will be on May 9, 2024. Same time and same venue. Here at the bidding room, Old Administrative Building Office of the Regional Director. DPWH Regional Office 10, Bulwa, Cagayan de Oro City. That ends our pre-bid conference for today. Okay, that ends our proceeding for today. May we hear motion for adjournment? It has been moved and seconded. This proceeding is now adjourned. Thank you for joining.